isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Interesting.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Is this an island? Oh, I actually have to pull it back with the analog stick?
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back. The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
I knew I should have started with the garage.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. For the first time in years, felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it. Like a smile with too many teeth. Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but I never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not. Louis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. My Halloween candy was all gone. I thought about being Christopher, but I held back. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. His face looking up and seeing mine through my... I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Assuming I gotta roll downhill to water.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Belly with a rusty razor, his belly with a rusty razor, his belly with a rusty razor.
Passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer. All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors. This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down. I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Edie's father Odin built the original house.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank. We left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. The power had been turned off the night we left. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library. Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947. The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Only one restaurant would deliver to our house. We had Chinese a lot. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's fault. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the Hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And where he was, he couldn't get
gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Bravo, Barbara! You were wonderful!
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending. I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can. I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant. I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What? Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit.
Please just take the damn picture.
Smile, Dawn. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though. Aw.
What's up, man? Thanks for checking out the stream. This game's pretty interesting.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
What's up, kiddos? Good, man. Trying out this new Edith Finch game. So
Don,
far,
don't
it's
you
like
think you could find something
pretty
more
much like one
interesting to
big
photograph?
story, and you have to.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
You have to play the part.
Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map. You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo. Let's see. Maybe.
I don't know. I've been here an hour and 10 minutes so far.
What was it?
And the names on the first map that I'm doing, which is this. We have a couple more stories to go, apparently. So we'll see.
Could have been.
I'd like to try to finish it. What time is it?
eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up. Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that,
Oh my
okay?
god, I'm controlling the guy.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me. After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Do you guys play Fortnite at all? Oh, cool. Call my headset.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something
Yeah,
funny was
definitely stop
happening,
playing
but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw. It sure made him happy.
Oh my goodness.
I know how silly it sounds.
What is this?
That I worried about a baby being too happy. I feel him slipping away. I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Ron, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory.
Are you serious?
About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want me to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Six more people to go. You guys still here?
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. Rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
What's up, Cody? Trying out this new, what's left of Edith Finch game. It's pretty cool. It's one of those, like, storytelling games. Like, you kind of just gotta walk, like, you literally just walking through the game. Like, it's like, it tells us just one big giant story. And you walk through the game. Kinda, yeah, like, literally just, it's just different stories, and when you stumble upon other people's perspective within the family, you play their role, you control them, and then it tells the story as what happened to them, and it's kinda cool. It's something to get through. I only have like 5 more people left, apparently, unless it's not the end of the game after I complete this map that I have in my hand I'm carrying around. I've been playing it for an hour and a quarter already. Yeah. Yeah, were you in here? Was that you in here? Or no? Okay, yeah, you can click on my, or it's JC251992 on YouTube. Check it out real quick. Oh, another crawl space. Clock streaming? Oh.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but
I've
Mom
been
said
living
he
on
got
this
nervous
box
being in
of
front of the
Great Value
camera.
crackers.
I guess we're all afraid of
And
something.
had like a foot-long thing of deer bologna the past 2-3 days. That's really all I ate.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
He was having really bad trouble with Minecraft yesterday. JC251992, all one word. Do I have to go back out here? Hold on. It's a new game, one of the free games this month. Pretty much, yeah. I don't know if, do I have to go back? That's you, right? Or no? Or is that Kudo? Okay. Okay. I think I just came through here. It didn't pop up yet. Oh, nice. Stoner. Huh? I was just in here. I just did this scroll. Guess. Oh, a nice mohawk. Yeah. I think I have to go back. I think I have to go back outside. It was a secret space? No. You should have seen. You should have seen the. Oh yeah, you should have seen the house in the beginning of the game. If I ever go back to it, it's a super like awesomely built house with like all the kids' rooms had like secret passageways and like secret hidden doors that they could like a crawl space crawl into and like have a secret playroom. Oh yeah, it was pretty dope. Speaking of, kinda, I'm up in this tree fort thing. I don't know if there's anything else in here. It usually shines if there is. Doesn't look like that way. It'll start. Yeah, it'll start talking to me if I get to the right place where I'm supposed to go. Apparently I'm supposed to go back down here, I guess. I don't see nothing. At least I think I am. What was that name with that boy in there with the mohawk saying? I don't know. How did I get up here in the first place? Didn't I jump off the tree? I jumped over it, climbed from the tree. How the hell? Let me know how much of their delay there is. Okay, it's only a couple seconds. There's got to be something in here. How is this not unlocked? That's that rifle. Nothing on the bed. Nothing in the corner. I did it a minute ago, but I was in an underground tunnel. Oh, an axe. You can see that there. Another. All the doors, like the mother of the family, sealed, caulked, and nailed shut doors. They didn't want the kids going in, I guess. I guess I have to go back in here. Probably missed something. No? What the hell? Don't turn around. I had to have. Gregory. Okay. Oh, wait. I think Gus. Where's Dawn? Where's Dawn's story? Dawn's on that list, too. Did Gregory. Oh? Can I climb this? Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
My mom moved up to the loft after
Here
her
we go.
brothers died.
Here comes the story. It's pretty cool, dude. It's
At the
definitely,
time, it was as
it
far
was
away
rated,
as you could get.
It was rated 9 out of 10, just about by everybody. It's a great game. If you like stories and shit, this is pretty cool.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
I'm like, what the hell? I was like, I can't backtrack. There's no way. Okay, where are we going from here?
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Yeah, like I'm I'm in complete control, like head control. Like everywhere it looks, I'm in control of it. So now do I go back down here? Okay. Oh, I thought I was going up for a second. Okay, so now what? Oh, can we look through the peephole? Usually can look through peepholes. So, do I go back out now? Let's see. If I have to backtrack and come back in here again, I'm gonna be a little upset. So I wasted like 20 minutes in here. Surprised I don't have to open this. I still think I get getting the feeling I'm going the wrong way again. It looks like a step down though. Oh, okay. You see that? You see? Looks like I gotta go up. Yeah, I think I gotta go back in there. Did you see when I was outside? When I said I think I gotta go back up? Yeah, I gotta go higher. I think. Oh my god, the beginning of the game was so confusing. Like, it talked about like how like the kids in the family went missing. Like everybody in the family died just about, and this girl's like the last one. And it started off like this little girl's imagination laying in bed. Her mother sent her daughter to bed with nothing to eat. And she was really hungry, so I had to get up and walk around the room and find food. So I took the hamster's food and ate the hamster's food because I didn't want to eat my pet goldfish. That just felt kind of weird, it said. So I ate the hamster food, and then I saw a cat out my balcony, or a bird, and then I wanted to get the bird, and then all of a sudden I leaned out my window, and then my paws came out in front of me, and she's like, I turned into a cat. And then I chased this bird through like tons of these trees, and when I went to climb off and chase the bird, I turned into a shark instead of rolling down the hill, and then fell into the ocean, and I was swimming through the ocean, chasing seals. Like this game is, like, the imagination for this game is out of this world. Oh! There's a button on the window.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation.
How did I not see that?
And got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Lewis. Okay, so Lewis is even younger than the other baby. Do I go down or up? I guess I go
When my
up
dad
and then
died,
down.
I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
I'm gonna shut up and let her do this.
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for
Are you playing that ship game? Is that what you're talking about?
It didn't last.
Oh no.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
The kids come up here and play? What the fuck? Another peephole.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
I mean, like more ship games are, it just gets too old and repetitive after a while for me. The graphics are great. Yeah, dude, I don't know if you're still watching. I'm in like a satellite tower now. Top of this, I'm at the top, just about the top of the dome. Oh, Milton. Oh, cool piano music.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh man, and after the whole kid thing, the magic paintbrush. Okay, flip it. Flip it. What do I gotta do? Okay, here we go. Oh, I actually have to flip this book? Okay. Oh my god. out. I gotta start over in a second. I have to pee. I'll be right back. At the back. Oh man, I gotta go through that whole flip book again? Oh no, man. Oh yeah, I do. Achoo. Here we go. I got Milton.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Oh, I got Lewis and Dawn to do, and then Odin and Edith. Ain't got much more to do apparently. Close the book. Nope. Nope. Milton was the king of the castle apparently. Doesn't look like we're at the top of the castle yet. Yeah, cousins. Oh fuck. Oh wait, it lifted the whole platform?
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Oh, cool. These kids have like a dream playhouse, dude. Oh, another sealed door.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Mom definitely blamed Edie, but
they let the kids
I
come up
think
here?
Lewis blamed himself.
Whoa. Oh shit, I'd come up here and play, oh my god, play music at nighttime like this? Look at the stars. Yeah.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Oh shit. After you graduated, you spent much time. You're alive in there. We're going up. Oh, maybe we're not going up. Are we going up? Maybe we're not going up. Looks like we're going in the window. This would be super sketchy. It's definitely uniquely created game, I can give you that. I can see why I got a 9 out of 10. Oh shit, they got,
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar.
This is the hippie room, huh?
That part of him lived on.
Legalize.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Let's check this. Check out my stream real quick, Kim. This is pretty neat. Oh shit! What am I doing? Am I working?
He kept
oh shit! I'm working. Oh, I'm actually working. This is insane. Next.
But he withdrew part of himself.
Cut it. Oh my god! I actually have to work.
In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
Yo, I'm literally cutting the heads off of fish, like working in like a fish mill. This is insane. Oh, can I put my hand in there? He began to wonder, what am I doing? Oh, what the hell? Yo, I have to move my right analog stick and control this hand and cut things off of fishes. And at the top left hand of the screen, I'm moving that guy with my left analog stick, thinking at the same time while doing fish.
I asked him to describe it.
I'm moving the arm
He
with the
said
right
he
analog
started
stick
small.
and thinking, doing two different things right now.
Imagining a labyrinth.
Oh my god, there's a maze? Come on. Oh shit, oh my god. Oh no.
He'd feel his way about.
Yeah, I gotta clear him so I can see where I'm going.
Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Shit, no, wrong way, no! If I seriously don't do the hand thing, it piles up and I can't
things
see where
that
I'm going.
have not names.
Come on, give me a fish.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Oh, it's not over? Oh my god.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss.
It's almost like I'm controlling just like the guy,
But
but
he
no,
said
I
Lewis had
literally have to
become a
sit here and
model
do both.
employee.
It's funny.
Methodical, tireless, focused.
I'm gonna try to pull the fish out of the blade this
Like
time.
a whole new Lewis.
Let the blade go down, not at the
So I let him go on.
Oh, it hit it.
I even encouraged him.
Oh, you can actually do it. Huh?
It seemed very promising at first.
The story's getting bigger. The saw's going away.
He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
We're going from Edith Finch to
And songs for them
World
to
of
play.
Warcraft.
He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something.
Shit.
Every day his imagination grew stronger.
Oh my god, it's like a party
He no
now.
longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor.
Oh my god, I'm running for mayor now.
And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
I do YouTube for the... Oh shit, the fish is still here. Gosh, shit. It's not over yet.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
Oh my god, now I have to steer a boat? Oh, this is insane, dude.
St. Louis.
Whoever... Congrats to the producers of this game.
He started
This is
drifting
amazing.
away from our reality.
Like, I'm literally... My eyes are literally just on the boat, and like, my mind is wandering
Minneapolis.
and just
Until
moving
one
to the
day he
fish,
forgot
pulling
to
it
go
over,
home
and
from
watching
the
it go
cannery.
up. And I'm listening to the story and talking
Even
to you at
as
the same
his
time
mother
while doing all
pleaded
these
with him,
couple things.
part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Who's Yo, is this bitch complaining?
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a...
Oh no, now I get to write the story.
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for... sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh my god.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Oh my god, the saw and everything else is gone. It's just me moving fish now. Memorize where the saw and everything else is.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Oh my god, I'm like an emperor.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
Like a leader.
And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my
mainly
body.
choose YouTube over Twitch because of
It's hard to
like,
argue with
recordings
him.
for memories, you know what I mean? And I can get somewhere with YouTube regardless, but... YouTube automatically saves. You live stream it and it saves to YouTube no matter what. Twitch, you have to gain affiliate, and you have to gain partnerships and things to save to your channel. You actually, it's about viewers and maintaining progress.
I think it pained him to remember.
I mean, if I get that
Lewis,
here, sure. You know, I have a basic crowd that shows up, which is cool. I love a crowd. You know what I mean? I love talking to people. That's why I do it too. But I originally used YouTube's for memories. Like,
he began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
well, the fish have gone. Oh wait, that's me. It's myself.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
So loud.
The rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Alright, so we got Edie and Odin left.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them.
Looks like a
He died
odd
a lot.
PlayStation. It's got PlayStation buttons on it too. At least I think it does. Nope. Kinda.
On the way back from Louis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had
It's
to
like
end
one at the
one
top.
way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Apparently this is the last story it said, I think.
That whole last day.
Yeah, what a good game,
Edie
man.
just
I
watched
was
us
in the
pack
zone
and
for like
didn't
a
say
good
a
hour
word.
straight, just focused.
Until supper, when she raised
I'm still
her glass
focused, I'm
and
still
said,
paying attention to the story.
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Oh, I'm back.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Ooh, we get to go in the library.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh, do we get to go out to the ship?
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Stoner.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go! I kicked and screamed, but...
What?
Mom dragged me to the car.
No, it's still going. Apparently that might have been the last story. We'll see. Mom dragged me into the car.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
Playing in the wind.
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Oh no.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
There's the house in full. Wow. Based on a true story. What a game. Rolling through the credits now.
I got. What's up? Me and Clark been running destroyers.
Yeah, it's a really nice game. Almost back at the beginning. It's going back in time with all these pictures of these items. It's going backwards in the story. Just about everything I interacted with. Yeah, just beat it. 2 hours. The replay a story option is now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning.
I almost got my tier 4 British destroyers on. Yeah, that's what I'm on. I think it's better. I've got my tier 4 American destroyer. I think the British destroyer is better. I think it's more maneuverable. Yeah, they're set up different.
Well, if you made it this far, thanks for checking out the stream. Appreciate it. Until next time.